Esmée St James, founder and CEO of The Dating Muse. I'm a dating and style coach for men. On single men. I have as a guest today on my show, Dr. Anna Akbari. Anna Akbari is founder of the Sociology of Style, and I think that's a very interesting name. We're going to ask her more about that. She's been featured on Forbes, CNN, The Economist, the Financial Times, well, you name it. She's done TEDx talks, and I hereby will introduce Dr. Anna Akbari. Anna, thank you for coming in, and I'd love to find out, what is the sociology of style?
Yeah, hi, and thanks for having me. So the sociology of style is really taking a closer look at the social significance of the way we self-present. We often just talk about fashion with regard to what's hip. We often forget that our clothes, the way we groom ourselves, the way that we physically present in any given context is giving off very important social clues. These are symbols, and we are communicating with each other accordingly based on the signals that we're giving off. So once you frame it that way, it seems almost irresponsible not to pay attention to that. So I help people to understand how they're perceived and the messages that they're giving off, as well as sort of how to read their audience and how to find a nice balance between what will connect with their audience and what feels really true to them.
That's fascinating. I'm curious, what was your path to doing this? Because I know you were teaching at New York University and at Parsons. What directed you from, I guess you started off with sociology, I'm not sure, but how did you get into the sociology of style and working with that? It seems so unusual.
Yeah, I think it was something that I always felt interested in just on a personal level. You know, growing up in a context where I looked a little different, I always had to be sort of hyper aware of how I could make myself more, just to fit in and be more compatible in that particular context. And so it was something I was doing subconsciously from a very young age. And by the time I got to grad school, I became very interested in how the rules and the subconscious images play out in different contexts, including, well, for my master's thesis, I wrote specifically on corporate dress codes and the signals and the signs that are exchanged there. And then for my PhD dissertation, I looked at the larger exchange of power through our visual signals.
Are there certain things, because I work with men, so of course I want to ask you about what your advice is for men. Are there certain things that men should particularly pay attention to with their appearance?
I think that grooming is one of them. I think grooming is something that men sometimes take for granted and think it is more a woman's domain. And so to groom does not mean you have to look overly polished or pretty as a man. It just means that you need to really pay attention to it and be consistent, that you develop a routine for yourself that you can maintain on a regular basis. So I think grooming is very important. I think, you know, looking like you feel comfortable in the way that you're self-presenting is also something that sends a very strong signal to both other men and other women around you. It helps to put other people at ease if you look like you're at ease in your own skin. And I think, you know, that if men start investing in high quality items, I think that they will find that they have a much simpler time dressing themselves and feeling confident. So if you invest in items that are going to last a long time, the big perk there is that you don't have to shop as much. And things like fit and the quality of the fabrication, those really resonate with people. And so it can be very simple, untrendy items that you invest in once and wear for a very long time. So it can be quite a simple formula for men.
That's an excellent point, because I have found when I work with men, you know, a lot of times they'll need a new style in order to be dateable. A lot of them don't understand that dressing well can sometimes, you know, it is an investment. You don't just go to Walmart or something, although you could, but to look good, your clothes won't last as long and the style won't be as nice as if you buy something that's classic and well constructed, right?
Yeah, I think, look, now there are so many amazing e-commerce resources available that are also incredibly affordable, that allow men of all shapes and sizes and all budgets and geographic locations to invest in really high quality clothing that it can even be custom made. A lot of these sites offer customization at a very affordable rate. So I think we're now at a point where there's not much of an excuse for not looking good, for not feeling good about how you look. Also, it's very accessible.
So a man can't use the excuse, oh, I hate shopping anymore.
No, they can't. And to put just minimal effort into it will help you as much in your personal life as it will in your professional life. Yeah. And if they don't like to shop, you honestly never have to set foot in most stores again. So find a brand that works for you. Find a place that keeps your measurements on file. Order it, have it sent to you, and be done with it. You don't have to go into a store.
Yeah, that's the best part. And also keeping up with certain styles, because things do change over time. Like a lot of guys will not know that huge shoulder pads and very constructed jackets are out of style, or the baggy shirts or the pleated pants. You do have to have someone you can trust who can keep you updated, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think that having a sounding board, if it doesn't come naturally to you, is good, is definitely good to have. And even if it does come naturally to you, an outside perspective is always helpful as you try to refine and work through what is going to be most optimal in any given setting or aligns with the particular goal that you have.
Exactly. And it'll make you more attractive to the ladies, because women, you'll turn their heads. They'll come up to you, right, and talk to you instead of you having to chase after them and wondering why they're running faster than you.
We pay attention to that stuff. So, why not utilize all the different tools you have at hand?
Yeah. I've noticed that the one thing that women notice a lot, in fact, I've had this response a lot when I ask women, I always question everybody. What's the one thing they really notice? And they will say his shoes, and I'm kind of the same ilk. It's like, that says so much about a guy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, we all have specific things that we pay attention to.
Yeah.
For some women, it's their facial hair. For others, it's, whether they tuck in their shirt or the kind of jeans they might wear. For some women, it's shoes. I mean, men can't be constantly trying to cater to each of those preferences, but what they can do is take a very holistic look at their appearance and develop a style system for themselves that is affordable, that they can replicate on a daily basis, that they feel comfortable in, and that communicates this sort of image about the kind of person that they are and how they want to be treated. So that's all at their disposal.
Yeah. And then maintain it meticulously, especially the grooming. That's the thing that women notice. It's huge. If a guy doesn't, if he's got scruff, I've got a client who's got a bit of scruff, but he just goes down to here. And it looks like he just kind of forgot to shave. And he's a high-level IT guy. It's like, oh, I can't get a second date. I just said, just shave it up to here, for heaven's sake. Give it a style. Give it a look.
That's right. That's right. Things like that. I mean, one of the things I talk about in my book that's coming out later this year is the value of experimentation in your own life. And so that's a perfect example of, okay, I'm going to tweak this one variable and see if I have any luck. I mean, barring him being incredibly emotionally attached to the neck beard, I would say, why not let that go and see if by making that change, you're getting more of what it is that you're seeking.
Yeah.
And if that does work, then it's time to experiment with another variable. But experimentation is really key.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to try. What's your one most important message you want to give to the guys out there, the single guys?
I think I'd like to let them know that they can't opt out, that they need to start investing in their image, that every type of woman pays attention and is more excited to be with a man who actually cares on some level about their own appearance. That doesn't mean that every woman wants to be with a man that's super buttoned up or overly quote unquote polished, but where clearly they've put some thought into it. Clearly they've invested time and resources and energy into it. Yeah. And so I think it's time for them to explore whatever resources they have available to them, to demonstrate to their target audience, whomever that might be, that they care, and that they would put that same level of care and attention to detail into the interactions that they would have with that woman, into their relationship.
I think basically what it shows the women that they're with is that they have discipline, that they care enough to look good for her on her arm when she introduces you to her friends. That
hasn't given up at life.
Yeah,
I think that matters.
Yeah, we just don't want to have fixer-uppers, man. We want you to be fixed up before you come to us, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I know you're on limited time, so tell us, where can people reach you? Tell us about your new book. We want to know.
Yeah, sure. So any of the Sociology of Style stuff, if you are interested in the Success with Style course, or taking just a really quick introductory quiz to see what all of this is about, you can do that at sociologyofstyle.com. And from that site or from annaakbari.com, you can pre-order my book, Start Up Your Life, Hustle and Hack Your Way to Happiness, which is on living your life like a startup. And that comes out in December. And there will also be a video series that will accompany that for those individuals who really want to start applying these principles actively to their lives. So stay tuned for that too. There'll be more of that on the website.
Awesome. Anna Akbari, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate your time. I know you have to go, so thank you very much. Have an awesome day.
Thank you so much.
You take care. All right, bye-bye. So everyone, this is Esmée St James, founder and CEO of The Dating Muse, signing off. That was Anna Akbari, founder of The Sociology of Style. Catch us in the next interview. Who knows who that's going to be, but it's going to be fun. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.